So how do you survive a pandemic without losing your mind and body? In this video, I'm going to explain exactly that. First, let's get out of here, because I definitely need some air. Been stuck inside way too long.
Finally, get some chance to get outside. I feel like I haven't left the house in like 2 weeks, really. Obviously, with the current state of everything that's been going on lately, a lot of you probably even feel like you're under house arrest or being forced to live under a rock. I totally get it. I definitely do, because I moved down to Austin, Texas, so that way I could experience all the cool things that there are to do here, and then this happened, and I'm like, great, now I can't do anything. And then I stopped, and I started to think about it. I started to think, how can I turn this problem into a solution? Actually, I can do stuff. For example, I'm out on a trailer right now. You don't have to be stuck indoors all day, every day. The important thing is that you stay away from people. There's still so many different things that you can do though. So instead of spending more time on social media like most people are probably doing right now, I've definitely been paying way too much attention to Facebook lately. Now it makes a ton of sense why people are spending more time on social media, and the reason is because we can't just go out there and interact with each other. We're people, we're social animals. It's built into us. To be happy, we need to interact with others. That's why you see people who are put into solitary confinement losing their minds. It's not healthy for people, no matter what situation you're in. You can either look at it in a negative light, or you can be super productive with it and look at it in a positive light. I'm choosing the latter. Social media is kind of a double-edged sword at this point, because there's a lot of things being spread on social media because people are scared as a whole. They don't know what's happening, or none of us know what's going to happen or what's going on. I mean, obviously we're hoping that everything gets better, but social media can be good. It can be good for staying in touch with people, but it can also be bad in the case of the elections, for example. So pick your poison, which is why I'm going to go over the top 10 things to keep yourself productive so you don't waste any time. Now, before we start, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you hit the like button because, it helps with the algorithm. And make sure that you stick around because I have an extra bonus tip at the end. So number one, you can read a book. Libraries are closed, Amazon is not. And kudos to you if you actually have books on your bookshelf. There's a lot of information, obviously, that are hidden in books, and you can keep yourself very busy. I know I've been reading a lot more than I have over the last few months, just recently. So number two is learn a new skill. You have Skillshare, Udemy, even Harvard is offering free classes at this point. Now, investing in yourself is super important, and even if it does cost a little bit of money, it'll definitely be worth it in the end. Number three, start a new hobby or rediscover a new one. There's a lot to do out there, and Google is your best friend. Consider taking up photography. You don't need a camera to be able to do that. Use your phone, editing software. A lot of it is free. Or find something around your house that you can collect. Start a YouTube channel about something that you're passionate about. Might not make money in the short term or even in the long term. As long as you're having fun, it really doesn't matter. My fourth tip and suggestion is exercise. Get out of the house, or don't get out of the house. You actually don't have to leave the house in order to exercise. You can stay indoors, you can watch YouTube videos, or subscribe to one of those workout things. I don't know. My girlfriend just forces me to do whatever she does on her phone. At least I'm staying active. That's the important thing. Working out is important, both mentally and physically. The more active that you are, it's been shown to increase your mood and just gives you a better quality of life. So why not? I mean, what else are you gonna do? Stay around the house, be a couch potato, and watch TV? Of course not. Do something. Number 5, get outside. It's beautiful out, or at least it is in this part of the world, which is exactly why I moved here. Even if you do live where I used to live and you hate the weather this time of year, get outside anyways. Just invest in some really warm clothing, because chances are it's snowing up there or it's just really cold. Now, I spent a week indoors before I actually ventured outside during this entire epidemic, pandemic, whatever you want to call it. I was completely miserable. I need to be outdoors to be happy. I really do. I need some sun in my life, you know? You know what I'm saying? I need some sun. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Especially because there's so many trails in Austin, I'm not gonna be able to explore every single one. Now, I know what you're probably saying, going outdoors is counterproductive, we're all supposed to stay inside and away from people. Well, guess what? I'm going where all the people aren't, because first of all, I hate recording in front of people. It's just not fun or enjoyable to me at all. Super stresses me out. So go outdoors and stay away from people. It's the best advice that I can give you, really. Stay healthy. Let's go on to that next one. Number 6 is reorganize your things. Now, chances are, if you're like me, it's been a while since you've reorganized anything. We're always too busy. Well, guess what? We're not too busy right now. Go ahead, organize that stuff. Life is so much easier when everything is organized. Can we agree on that? Exactly. So go ahead, organize that stuff, because what else are you gonna do? Well, aside of the other things on this list. Number 7 on my list is rework your break-even. It's important to always know where your finances are, and this is something that I'm going to cover in a different video, but if you have the opportunity to, definitely look at what your costs are, what your income is, which hopefully is something. I know this kind of affected everybody right now. More importantly, to find out how much extra money that you have that you can set aside for other things like investing or saving. Like I said though, this is something I'm going to cover in a completely different video, just because it does involve a lot more in-depth explanation as to what it actually is. In the meantime, you can Google it, but look out for that video, of course. Now, if you've already done this for yourself, you can also do this for your business if you have a business. Of course, if that is the case and you have a business, this is something you should be doing anyways. This is going to help you work smarter, not harder, although you should be working harder and smarter. It's the smartest thing to do. My 8th tip for you is follow up with people whom you haven't spoken to in a long time. Networking is super important, plus chances are they're in a similar situation. They're just looking for something to pass the time and keep themselves busy. You can definitely help out a lot with that. In fact, I've reached out to people I haven't spoken to for quite some time. I did reach out to somebody recently who I went to elementary school with. I just wanted to get her thoughts on starting my new business, so it was a perfect opportunity to kind of just pick her brain and see what she's been up to. The important thing is that we all stick together. People have been sticking together a whole lot more. It's because it affects everybody. Unlike other things that people go through, such as losing their house or their car, or maybe one of their family members gets cancer or something, this is something that affects all of us. So staying in touch with people is key. It's kind of a no-brainer. After all, it can't hurt. Unless you guys decide to meet up and one of you is sick. Don't do that. At least until everybody's better. In which case you're not really meeting up with the sick person anyways. 9th on my list is entertain yourself. Watch a movie, listen to a podcast. I used to listen to podcasts all the time as I would drive to work. If not for the entertainment value, at least to learn something. Documentaries are really good too. This might be a little counterintuitive considering I made this a list of things to do to stay productive. It's important to keep yourself entertained and have fun. All work and no play makes Johnny a dull boy, or in this case, Ray. It's interesting because it's so dry here. Every time I see the cracked ground, I always think of Land Before Time. I don't know why. So number 10 on my list is try a new recipe. We all have to eat. Cooking, obviously very important now. Hopefully you get all your food at the grocery store before they ran out of almost everything. And even though you don't have anything in your house to wipe your ass with, there's still creative ways that you can use the things that are in your cupboard to make some delicious food. At the very least, you're gonna figure out what doesn't go together. And now for a bonus tip, go outside and explore something new. Obviously with everything being shut down, it's difficult, like you can't actually go somewhere and spend money, which is actually a really good thing if you think about it. But there's probably places around that you haven't explored yet in your immediate surroundings, or maybe even if you go for a long drive and explore the hills somewhere. Even if you're just driving, I mean, it'll give you a chance to kind of reflect on things and maybe you'll come up with some great ideas. It also gives you a chance to kind of see things differently. You know, everything's so busy normally, especially in Austin. Traffic is an absolute nightmare depending on what time of day normally. Now with everything less crowded, as long as you're not interacting with people, you should have an easier opportunity to kind of check out some of the things you've been putting off. Oh boy, it is hot in here. It's important to make sure that you stay positive throughout all of this, because we really are in this together. Nobody knows what's gonna go on. Obviously, everything is going crazy. We just have to make the best out of it. So now, go ahead and check out these other videos. Thanks a lot guys for watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the like button, of course, and I will catch you guys next time.